What's up, everybody? Raider XP here. Today I'm going to show you how to build a moss farm with bone meal conversion optional. Now, this is what you're going to need. I know it's a little bit much, but this thing is super cool and it works really good. Now, the one key thing to remember is you're going to need to get basically what we will call a filler. I'm just going to use rotten flesh and just rename it. That's kind of essential. Go ahead and pause your video so you can grab what you need to grab, and we'll get this thing going. Now, on a keynote, what you're going to need is a place that is about 7 blocks deep by 11 blocks wide with about 8 blocks of clearance. Now, a keynote important that you need to do with this build is you need to chunk align it, because if you build this thing half in a chunk and half out of a chunk, it's going to break and it ain't going to work for you whatsoever. So I use an add-on called Markers Pack, and that's how you can easily tell chunk borders and stuff, as you can see here. Alright, now let's get this thing going. Now the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come in 4 blocks just like so, and we're going to make a little pyramid like so. I'm going to do the same thing over here, so it looks just like that. Now what we're going to want to do is grab our comparators, place them facing into that block there just like that, with our redstone on these blocks like so. And then what you're going to want to do is we're going to want to place piston on each side just like that. Next, you're going to want to grab your hopper, and we're going to place our hopper facing into each other like so. Okay, next thing we're going to do, we're going to take and place a temporary block for right now. This is so that we can turn our machine on and off for now, but we're going to move it later so there's a little more easier access. Place you a switch right there like that. Grab your block of redstone, place it right there, and this is where the filler will come into play that we were talking about earlier. And go ahead and just place those 5 into one of the hoppers. Now, as you can see, it's flipping off back and forth, and we'll go ahead and we'll shut that off for now. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to come behind here, and we're going to place a redstone repeater right behind that hopper there, and then we're going to make a little stair step like so. Place your redstone dust right on that block there with your redstone torch right there. You'll see it shuts itself off, and then a redstone repeater on top of here on 4 ticks. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to place a block right on top of that redstone and a block right on top of that redstone torch like so, effectively making a clock. Now grab your sticky piston and your observer, and we're going to place our sticky piston on that block facing this way. Then what we want to do is come up here, and we're going to place our observer facing upward just like so. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to grab our block, and we're going to place 1 block above that observer. We're going to place a slab right next to that, and then 5 blocks coming forward just like so. Alright, next thing we're going to do is we're going to place our redstone running all the way down just like so. We're going to grab our pistons again, and we're going to place our pistons all facing inward like so, just like that. Grab your slabs and place your slab directly underneath those pistons, and then one more row just like so. Okay, I'm going to add one more stone slab right above that hopper. Now we do that just so that nothing can fall into that hopper and mess up our farm as it runs. Alright, the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to grab our glass. Now I'm using yellow just because I'm using an add-on for glass that makes it clear, and if I use the no colored glass, as you can see over here, you can't really see it that well, and tutorial purposes wise, that's not, you know, the most helpful thing in the world. So you can use any colored glass that you want. Again, I'm just using colored because this way you can see exactly what it is I'm doing. So we're going to place our glass around the piston area just like so. Okay, so now that's all that system. Now we're going to set up our redstone system for the water generator and the next steps. So the first thing we're going to want to do is grab our redstone torch, place it right there, then grab your blocks, and we're going to place 3 blocks, and then we're going to make a little kind of a chubby looking L, if you will. Then we're going to do a little stagger upward, and then one right behind that, just like so. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to grab our redstone, and we're going to place redstone all the way down like so, and then we're going to come back over here and go up one step. Grab your comparator and place one comparator facing back, and then come here and place one facing forward, just like so. Okay, next what we're going to do is we're going to place a temporary block right above that comparator. Now I just crouched to do so you don't accidentally make that comparator go in reverse mode. Then what I'm going to do is we're going to grab our obsidian, and we need to place 5 blocks of obsidian in a row just like that, and they should line up with your pistons. We'll go ahead and take out that temporary block there. Now what that does is that's going to keep everything from moving too far and messing everything up and making this thing just one big mess. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our sticky piston, and we're going to place our sticky piston facing upward right there on that block there. Then we're going to take our observers and we're going to place them facing into the sticky piston just like so. Grab your block and place a block on each side of that observer just like that, and then grab your dispenser and place your dispensers right there just like so. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our observer, and we're going to place an observer right on top of that sticky piston facing away from the farm. Then we're going to grab our stone brick, and we're going to place 2 blocks just like so. Then we're going to place our dispenser right there facing inward, and our piston right on top of that. Now this dispenser is what's going to be dispensing the bone meal, making tons and tons of moss, and this piston in here is what's going to break if anything happens to grow on top of the moss block. Okay, now if you want to just manually have to load your dispenser each time, we can go with this route. Or if you want to actually make it so that it's more automated, what we're going to do is we're going to take these 2 blocks out, and we're going to place a dropper facing into that dispenser, and then come down here and point a dropper facing down into that dropper there. Then we're going to grab our hopper and place a hopper crouch down and put that right on top of that dropper. Grab your chest and crouch down and place a double chest right on top of that hopper, just like so. And that's where we'll put all our bone meal. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make our collection system. Now, we want to come around over here and place in a double chest lined up right with that block there. And then we're going to go ahead and place a second double chest right there like so. Grab your hoppers, crouch down, and place 4 hoppers right on top of those chests, just like that. Then we're going to need to place 2 temporary blocks like that. Grab your rail system and your mine cart with hopper on top of that. And what we're going to do for now is we're going to place our rail system just like so, like a little mini race car, if you will. Then what we can do is go ahead and break out those temporary blocks like so, and then take out those 2 pieces right there like that. Go ahead and place your wall crouching down on top of the hopper like that, and then place your mine cart with hopper right on top of each one of those rails. Now, once you've done that, go ahead and push them forward just like that. Now that will make it so that they're going to be dispensing into all 4 hoppers and not just the 2. Okay, now to finalize our generator, we're going to place in 5 temporary blocks right here in front of those pistons like so. Grab your bucket of water and your bucket of lava, and we're going to take our water and we're going to place water on in front of each one of these pistons, just like that. Grab your bucket of water and come to the center one right here and place your, whoops, let's try that again. Place your lava right above it, just like so, and then you'll see your lava will start to spread just like that. Now once that's spread, you can remove these temporary blocks in front of it, just like that. Okay, now it's time to test out our generator. So we're going to go ahead and flip that switch, and as you can see, everything's working along, and that's pushing that along until it comes to the obsidian, and as you can see, it's going to keep working, which is totally fine as it's going there. So now what we're going to do, we'll go ahead and shut this back off, and then we're going to make our system over here. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to build our wall system so that none of the water and everything just flies all around. Now, you don't have to use glass to do so, but I like to see what's going on. We're going to place our blocks like so, come over here, place one right there. Now, obviously, and then we're going to place our glass right above the obsidian like so, and we need to make this too high. Make sure that you do your corners, fill in your spots along the edges like that. Now you can make this too high if you want to, or what you can do is just grab your slabs and place your slabs all the way around just like so. And crouch down and place one right there, just like that. All right, next thing we're going to do, we're going to grab our water bucket and we're going to place water right in front of that dispenser there and right in front of this dispenser right there, just like that. Go ahead and put in some bone meal up top, and then grab an empty bucket and put an empty bucket in each one of your dispensers, just like so. Now our farm is completely primed and ready to go. So we're going to grab our moss block and we're going to place our moss block right in front of that dispenser, just like so. All right, now what we need to do is we need to come down below here and we're going to place slabs all along the bottom here so nothing glitches through. So we need to place double slab right there on top of that hopper, just like the first one, so nothing can get in there. bring your slabs all the way out there. Basically, everywhere that could glitch itself through is where we need to place all of our slabs. Just like that. And we're going to also want to place slabs underneath the obsidian, just like so. All right, and that's pretty much how we got it going on. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to test her out, and we're going to just turn her on here just like so, and we'll see. And as you can see, now we're producing moss. And look at that. And as you can tell already here, now we come down here and we're already collecting a lot of moss and accessories with it. Now, of course, like I said in the beginning, we can also convert this into a, let's go ahead and shut this off so it's not so noisy. Convert this into a bone meal farm. So the first thing we're going to want to do, if we're going to do that, is we're going to have to take out the blocks underneath. Now, if you want to just have nothing but bone meal from this thing and you don't need your moss at all, what you'll do is you'll take out these chests and you'd place your composters right underneath and then another collection system underneath. But if you want it to do it so that you have the option, what we're going to do is we're going to clear out an area underneath here right now. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place a couple of temporary blocks right underneath. And then we're going to add our hoppers directly underneath those chests on all 4 spots. Then what we're going to go do is we're going to take out those blocks and we're going to place composters right below that, just like so. Now we're going to dig out underneath this again, and we're going to place chests on each side. Just like so. And then we're going to come down and we're going to take our hoppers and we're going to point them into the chest, just like so, on each side. And as you can hear, composters are now going to work. Now this is entirely optional, but if you want to actually make it so that you can keep some of the moss and not just turn it straight into bone meal, we add 2 blocks there with a switch on each one. You flip those off, and as you can see, my hoppers are light up, and now that will make it so that it won't allow the moss to fall through into the hopper, and it'll continue on this side, so you can continue to keep getting bone meal. But over here, you'll see that'll start storing up so that you can take your moss and stuff out that you want. Let's just say we're going to take that out. And then when you don't, you just flip those levers back off. And it'll start compiling it down into the composters. Now, as you can see, our on-off level, on-off lever is underneath here, so it's not quite, as convenient to get to. So if we're going to do this, make it a little easier to get to, what we're going to do is we're going to take that lever out, put a comparator down with 2 redstones, a block, and a switch out here like that. Go ahead and flip that off, and as you can see, now your farm will shut itself off. And this is how we make an infinite moss farm for Minecraft Bedrock and bone meal farm. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out all my videos. Bye now.